Hey, I'm ready to put my bow tie heads together. We got guides, hardened seats, 3-angle valve job, a little bit of port work. Customer has titanium retainers. I got some ID spring locators, Teflon seals, and I've been waiting for these valve locks to show up. They finally arrived. I'm going to be checking the installed heights, my installed height checker. I got some shims and some new ARP studs. We're going to reuse the customer's guide plates. They're in good shape. Hey everybody, happy Monday. How was your weekend? I hope you had a good one. Hey, let's get these bow tie heads together. Okay, so they're oiled and I got the ID locators on there. I think I've called them cups before. I didn't get the seals on them yet because I got to measure these. And then I'll put the shim underneath the locator. So let's measure them. So even though these are GM performance heads sold only over the counter, not on any vehicles, these spring seats were not cut all the same from the factory. So let's see how wanky they are, huh? Okay, so this goes on here. Here's what we got. I'm shooting for 1/800 installed height. That'll give me 165 pounds on the seat when the valve is closed. So I'm going to use all these different shims on it. I went to the plus side of the shim rather than the negative side, so a couple of them are going to be a little bit under 800. That's okay. We got 200 thousandths coil bind clearance. He's got a 675-inch lip cam. That's going to give him 380 pounds over the nose. So let me shim him up. Okay, I got all those shims on them. Now I got to put the seals on them. You got to be really careful putting these on. It comes with a seal protector. I call it a condom. It goes down over the stem. It protects it going over the keeper groove. This is the only time I don't mind using a condom. Let's put them on. Okay, I'm going to put a little oil on top of the guide here. And this darn condom goes on. That's real easy to break the top of this off. So you got to really be careful. Use a socket. I got it started a little bit. Kind of rock it around. Okay. Now we tap it on. Carefully. There we go. Socket's a little bit too small. Hang on. Okay, I got a deep socket this time. Be very careful with these seals. They're very easy to break. There we go. Let me do them all. Okay, I set the camera up, and look, I put all the seals on and forgot to push record. You really have to inspect the tops of these because the top will just bust right off and it'll crack right here and it's hard to see sometimes. You just got to be careful putting them down and don't beat them down too hard or they will bust. It's easy to break them. All these are good. Okay, I'm going to put a screwdriver under here. It'll hold the head. down those tips. Pretty straight, huh? Now we gotta make sure all them keepers are in and everything's sitting down into those locators. You don't want anything popped up or this thing will coil bind. Okay, now we gotta put the studs and the guide plates on it. Don't go away, I'm gonna teach you something maybe. I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't put anything on those studs. So if these were standard small block Chevy heads, the exhaust go through the water and the intakes will go through to the intake ports on some heads. So you have to put sealer on them. Now these are bow tie heads and they're blind holes, and you should always use like a blue Loctite on them. I didn't do that either. Let me show you why. So look at this, they're not tight. They can move side to side. So I'm going to tell the customer when he bolts them on to align the rocker arms a little bit. You know, maybe he'll push it this way, that way, maybe it'll be right in the center. So it's always best to do that, especially on a hot rod motor like this with such a big cam. Here you go, here's a look from above. I'm gonna use this for my thumbnail. Okay, let's take one last look at these bad boys, huh? This thing's going into S10. Got a converter. It's gonna fry some tires. Came out beautiful. So hey, I'm about ready to say goodbye, and I forgot to say there's a playlist on these heads of all the work I've done to them. Guides, cutting those for the ID locators, some crack repair, hardened seats. Check it out if you want to see everything I did to them. Man, I wouldn't mind keeping this set of heads. It came out great. Hey, it's another late night. It's about 7 o'clock. I got to get my butt home. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys, and you guys come back and see me again, okay? And have a nice night, and be nice to each other. Bye.